What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It is episode number 557, presented by the City of Vineland. It's KB coming at you from Underground Studios, and by the way of the Pitts Cave, it's the People's Champ, the host with the most, my guy, Mr. Patty Pitts.
What's poppin', all my peeps? It's great to be back in the Underground. One of my favorite places to be.
You know what I was thinking about today, Pitts? You know, not that I am, or I think you're on the same page as me with this. I could be wrong, but Matt and I are big, don't rush our summer type people.
Yeah.
We are summer enjoyers, summer enthusiasts.
Yeah.
People just like to rush summer. So don't rush our summers. But I was thinking about stuff today as we progress towards the busy season here at Underground Sports Philadelphia, which is PLL playoffs, football,
Into football.
all that good stuff. You know, since last football season, like midway through, you became a constant on the Sunday shows. We're going to be able to talk football all football season on the Sunday shows.
I know, it's going to be nice. Talking football. You got a place to do it. Doing it here. It's going to be easy talking about your Eagles. I'll give you that. Patriots, stats up in the air. Yeah, let's take our, what are they called? Those militia rifles? What are they? What are those guns called?
Muskets.
Muskets. Musket fire. Yeah.
Militia rifle.
Militia rifles, tomato, potato, whatever. I'm just descriptive. We'll take those muskets and just fire at all those Eagles in week one. That's what I'm hoping.
I really hope the Eagles bring Nick Foles with them on Brady Day.
That's not fair. That is so evil.
Shake his hand. Shake his hand.
That would be next. Like if Nick Foles music hits and just dreams and nightmares and he walks out of the tunnel as Brady.
Chris Long just the tweet just gets vocalized by Chris Long. Anybody could have gotten it that night.
And then it hits to dreams and nightmares. Oh. No, I would not be happy about that. But no, it's gonna be awesome for football this year. I'm very excited for it. Training camp, getting the updates, seeing the clips that I have. It's getting me back in that football spirit with every team around the league, honestly. And fantasy, too. I'm finally getting a little bit of that fantasy bug again with drafts coming up. And that just sneaking up on us.
My draft is so close because Mikey's our commissioner.
Yeah.
For the league that I've been in for a decade now. 2-time champ right here. But shout out to Mikey. He's going to be a dad.
I saw that. Man behind the
relatively soon.
Looks it.
So our draft is a little bit earlier this year to coincide with the birth of the baby. So I am not prepared for fantasy.
You should.
He just texted me tonight. Do you have your keepers? And I was like,
oh, geez.
I haven't looked at my keepers who are potential keepers since the season ended. So
I locked in my keeper as Jonathan Taylor, and I might have to switch that out. Someone was saying it's either him or AJ Brown. And
I think I might be keeping 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, AJ Brown I was told to keep because of the season he had last year, but I also had him, Amon-Ra, and someone else. So
I have Devontae Adams, I have Devontae Smith, and I have DK Metcalf.
You should rename your team the Triple D's.
Throw some D's on that.
Throw some D's on that bitch. Throw some D's on it.
Yeah, fantasy's gonna drive me insane like it always does. We got a fun show for you guys tonight. We're gonna talk Phillies. We're gonna talk Trea Turner, Trey Shiesty. We're gonna talk about fans on the field. I went to Camden Yards this weekend as I was in Baltimore for the PLL and saw a fan on the field live, which we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the standings across baseball now that post-trade deadline. all that good stuff. We'll talk some Eagles as they signed a couple players today as we record this on Sunday night. And they had open training camp as well on Sunday for the fans. And then we got some other fun stuff that we'll get into. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys are following us on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, @UndergroundPHI. You can follow Pitsy on Twitter @Pat_Pitts and on Instagram and Threads @Pitsy35. You can follow me on Twitter @KBIZZL311, Instagram and Threads @KBIZZLE11. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple, Spotify, wherever you decide to consume your podcast from. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps us with some awesome plans we have coming up, over the next calendar year or so. So the more you subscribe, the more you leave a 5-star rating and review. It really does help us continue to take this thing to the next level. Plus, you get to listen to some really dope content twice a week from us on the podcast feed. Also, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, like I mentioned. You get clips, shorts, live streams, every podcast on our network in full video form, all that good stuff from Outside the Box to Top Bins, Get in the Hole, F1 Underground, streamer season, and this pod, of course. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're at 523 subscribers right now. Need to get to 600 by the end of this month, and it's not looking good for our pal DJ right now, Pitsy, as we need to get to 1,000 before September 4th. Otherwise, when you see Deej and I at PLL quarterfinals, that may be the last time you see him for quite some time, because he's going to be getting on a plane from Gillette Stadium all the way out to Alaska.
Oh, that's just, we can't have our buddy going out to Alaska like that. It's just, no. Kalamazoo's already cold enough and already sounds more out there than Alaska. And we can't have him moving farther west.
So go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. And like I mentioned, this show presented by the City of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. Their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. We got a lot to talk about, Pitsy, with the Fighting Phils. They take 2 out of 3 from the Kansas City Royals. Should have been a sweep, but, beggars can't be choosers. It's brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company, the best in the game. There's no doubt in our minds that you will stand out in the crowd when you're rocking your merch from PHI Apparel Company, whether it's any of the amazing designs on their website, from Mr. Met getting choked out by the Philly Fanatic to Underground Sports Philadelphia merch. All of our podcasts on the network have exclusive merch. It's our exclusive merch provider. Get your Philly Dog shirt. Pitts, I don't know if you saw this. We talked about it, I believe, on Wednesday's show. Mm-hmm. The Georgia Bulldogs Philadelphia Eagles contingent on the team right now. There's 7 of them. 7 Georgia alum. They have a group chat. The group chat name is Philly Dogs.
So they definitely watched the show. They've heard of us.
We made that shirt in April before half of them were drafted.
That's what I'm saying. I
need an Eagles PR person so we can send these shirts to the guys.
There's definitely a contact you can find their SID.
Even if it's just Nick Sirianni who wears it. He is known to wear fan shirts.
That's the thing. We just need someone in the building to be repping this shirt. And
then it puts
once
us on the
map,
it puts PHI Apparel Company on the map.
It spreads like wildfire.
And it's a great shirt.
Maybe you don't need that.
It's a great shirt.
It is a great shirt, though. It is a really good shirt.
So you guys can go to PHI Apparel Company or PHI Apparel Company's website, phiapparel.co, and use code Underground for 10% off any and all merch orders at any time. And by the time you guys are listening to this, this is the final day you can use this code on all the football merch, including the Philly Dog shirt. You get 20% off with code KG20 for the return of the Kelly Greens. Kelly Green 20, KG20 for 20% off any of the football merch at phiapparel.co. Shout out to our awesome merch partners for being the best in the game.
Being the best.
Pitsy, the Phils take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. Going into the game, there was a hot debate in the streets about giving Trea Turner a standing ovation to let him know that we as Philadelphians, we as Phillies fans have his back after he's been slumping all season. It was big time discourse on the interwebs. I see no problem with it. I think, for a guy like Trea Turner, who is going through the worst slump of his career professionally, and a guy who signed on to be here for 11 years, like he's here for the long haul. He's going to be here for the rest of his career. I think it's a good move to show the guy that, hey, you're struggling. You need to know that, we have your back. We're not giving up on you. Let's give the guy, some brotherly love, not some tough love. At the end of the day, people tend to forget that athletes are humans because they go out and they perform and they're this spectacle. But at the end of the day, they're human beings just like you and I. They go through mental struggles. You don't know what these guys are dealing with because of the struggles they're having at their job. That's just, that would be like you and I having struggles at our day jobs or struggles with podcasts, whatever it may be. And
we struggle.
Criticize
we struggle every day
for that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, it's Trea Turner's job. Yes, he gets paid a lot of money to do his job, but he's going through it. I saw no issues with it. A lot of people online were just overthinking the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's overthinking. That's
saying that it was a bad move to do it, and it's like treating the guy like a Make-A-Wish kid. We treated Ben Simmons like a Make-A-Wish kid to encourage him to shoot a three-pointer.
Yeah, no, this is so different.
It's not like he was going through a slump, Ben Simmons. He was refusing to do something that he needed to do.
Yeah, it was like a baby not eating their carrots or something.
Yeah,
and you're like, you can do it. Come on. Trea Turner's like, listen, man, we know
I'm trying, but I'm just going through it. And I thought the moment was very cool. The video was posted by the Phillies, the pictures and everything of like everything going on. The Phillies end up losing that initial game on Friday, which sucked. But then we fast forward to Saturday. Back and forth game. Phillies had a lead. Royals take the lead. I forget what inning it was off the top of my head, but Trea Turner comes up in a big spot. 2 runners on. Phillies are trailing 6-5. Needed the runs. Needed the moment. Comes the pitch. Trea Turner gets under one. Swings to left field. 3-run home run, Trea Turner. Take the lead 8-6. Trea gets a double to bring in another run. Trea Turner makes the final out of the game. It's storybook, man.
It is.
Even for a regular season game, but for somebody to have that going on right now where like he just can't figure anything out, and then he gets that moment to kind of like get the weight off of his shoulders the next day. Hits a home run for the first time in a month. Gets the final out of a game where he's been struggling defensively. He posts on Instagram that like, he feels the love and everything. Nick Castellanos' mom put it the best on Twitter, in my opinion. She said, kindness always wins.
It always does. Kindness always wins. That's a good way to put it. Because you need to be in this case. It's a guy like that who's trying. It's a little different if there was, a bum who's just like half-assed walking out a grounder, not hustling. Where Trea Turner's just like, there are times in your career where you can have a mental blockage when you get to the plate, and it just leads to an avalanche of a slump. And to have encouragement, that's what you need, because all you have in your mind are negative thoughts about how the fans are reacting and how, oh, maybe it wasn't a good idea that I signed here for 11 years or whatnot. And all those, just intrusive thoughts pop into your head, and an athlete it dominates even more. So to have the fans do that, it's weird that you even said it was a debate. I feel like it's just something you do, and it's like, yeah, why not? Yeah, let's just give him a standing O. Just like, let's go, you can do this. And I think that's maybe the reason why people were up in arms about, because standing O really refers to someone who did like an outstanding job, where I would just refer to it as we got on our feet and cheered for him, and yeah, it's a little bit more words, but that's what you did. You got on your feet and really got behind him a little bit more, because it shows that you have confidence in him. That will ultimately lead to him having more confidence in himself, that the city's behind him. And then look what happened on Saturday. Maybe he got that reception, felt it, and all those nerves and anxiety-ridden thoughts, they've, kind of just fell off.
Yeah, I mean, there was an article from MLB.com where Bryson Stott was like quoted talking about the perception from the national media about Philly fans and Philadelphia as a sports town and everything, where he said, quote, "In the media and all that, all you hear is how this place is terrible. You don't want to play here. They don't like their players and blah, blah, blah. This is Philadelphia, and this is why we love playing here. Outside the playoffs, obviously, I think that was one of the coolest things I've seen," Stott said, of the past 2 days. I was like, this is Philadelphia, and this is why we love playing here. And it's true. Like, Philly fans get such a bad rap from shit that happened 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
All you hear about is, they threw batteries at J.D. Drew. They threw snowballs at Santa Claus. That is such outlier fandom behavior when you look at some of the stuff Philly fans have done. Like, even on top of this, Phillies fans found Trea Turner's charity of choice and started donating money to the Cancer Research Foundation that he ran. Like,
that's awesome.
That's what we do. Like, that is Philly through and through, and the national media just loves to spin the Santa Claus thing because it's lazy, it's tired, and you don't have to do research for it.
Don't just, it. Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's like, that is what makes Philadelphia so cool. There's those moments where you have players in this city who... Trea Turner's going to remember this moment, I think, for the rest of his life. And that might sound crazy. But that's a moment in Trea Turner's career where he's going through it. And to know the city that he chose because he wanted to play here, wanted to reunite with his boys, reunite with Kevin Long, the hitting coach, and be part of something special after the Phillies go on that World Series run last year, he's going to know he chose the right place to spend the remainder of his career. And I think that's special for a player, like, to be able to, like, experience that from the fans that are going to be rooting for you for the next decade. And, like, to see guys like Nick Castellanos up at the railing of the dugout waving a towel for Trea. Like, the camaraderie and the brotherhood on this team is so ridiculous. And I'm in a Phillies Twitter, like, DM group for Fantasy Baseball League I'm in. Love those humans. And we always say that the Phillies have one collective brain cell. And we, as a group chat, have one collective brain cell. But, like, this Phillies team, the vibes that they just bring, from Bryson Stott to Bryce Harper to Kyle Schwarber to Brandon Marsh, Trea Turner, Alec Boehm, JT, like, these guys, like, love each other. And that's the cool part about this team. Like, not many baseball teams can say they have a clubhouse and a locker room that play for one another. And you see that every time they're out there, whether it's win, lose, whatever it may be. You can tell they're frustrated when they lose because they want to win. And when they win, the vibes are just through the roof. Like the other night on Saturday, Ranger Suarez is under the table at media like time and everything for the press conference and pops his head up to scare the media. Like, we are so back. Awesome. We're so back.
So fun.
Like,
that's awesome.
The vibes of this team are just so immaculate, and it's so cool to experience it. And I'm stoked Trea got that moment for himself to kind of feel like he's back on track and, like, doesn't have to worry about overcompensating at the plate in the field and can kind of just play loose again. Because I think the past month and a half or so, if not more. He's been playing tight, and he's been playing like he's got this weight of a $300 million contract on his shoulders, and I think that's what truly has been happening. And now that I think he knows that we're behind him, he knows that the city is behind him, I think that weight is going to dissipate quite a bit, and Trey can get back to being Trey.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So the Phils take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. They win a big one today. Taijuan Walker, Saijuan Walker, anyone, leads Major League Baseball in wins. And until further notice, wins are the most important pitcher stat, everybody. Don't forget that. Wins are the most important pitcher stat known to man out there to determine a Cy Young winner. I'm just letting everybody know that until further notice.
I feel like you're alluding to something. It's going right over my head.
Well, pitcher wins are so semantical. It's like quarterback wins almost. It's a team sport. Why does the pitcher get credited with the win?
That is true. I didn't think like that.
Wins are the most important pitcher stat.
He's the one.
Taijuan Walker has 13 wins, new career high.
That's.
Shout out to the boy, Taijuan Walker.
I like Taijuan Walker. You could hashtag the shit out of that.
He's got this. I'm totally going to this on Friday, by the way. He's doing a charity event before the game out on the concourse, like outside the stadium. Tacos.
Taiwan's tacos.
Yes.
That's
for
brilliant.
2 hours before the game.
Oh
going to charity. I want to pull this up because it's such a cool cause, and Taijuan Walker is one of the coolest players on the planet. I love him, and I love that he's a Philly. Looking here. Yeah. 4th annual Ty's Tacos.
Ty's Tacos. All right. Tomato.
And it's outside Citizens Bank Park, third base gate from 4:30 to 6:30 on Friday, August 11th, benefiting Turning Points for Children. Ty's Tacos. What? That's amazing.
Great cause. It's a great cause.
You'll catch me there. I will be there, 100%. So if anybody's going on Friday from 4:30 to 6:30, Ty's Tacos, I'll be there. Shout out to the boy. 13 wins, though, new career high for him. Phillies go out. Kyle Schwarber breaks out of his slump that he's been in, hits a bomb deep to center field.
Moonshot,
if you will.
That's what we like
and the Phillies now gear up for the rest of this homestand. They have 4 against the Nationals starting on Monday, and then weekend series against the Minnesota Twins. All very winnable games. And Matt and I said on Wednesday, it'd be a successful homestand if you win 7 out of 10 at bare minimum.
Yeah.
They're at 2 out of 3 right now. I think genuinely they should be able to sweep the Nationals in a 4-game set.
Easily.
And Minnesota, you take 2 out of 3, that gives you 8-2 on the homestand. Pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty good homestand to have, especially with how close the division is.
Exactly. And I mean, you look at it right now, the Phillies are in prime wildcard spot, which is where they should be, because the Braves are not our competition, everybody. Remember that. The Braves are not the competition until the NLDS.
Even I know that one.
The NLDS is when we worry about the Braves.
Yeah, they're not in competition right now. I know that.
But looking at the wild card right now, the Phillies, if the season ended today, would be the number 1 wild card.
That's what matters.
Pretty good. It's pretty good,
Kyle.
And you know who they'd be playing, Pitsy?
Would it be the Diamondbacks?
It would not be, but it is a team from that division. It would be
the Patriots.
Ghosts of 2010 for your boy.
Oh.
And Ghosts of pre-Joe Girardi. And it would be Gabe Kapler and the San Francisco Giants.
Ew. Joe Girardi's on the Giants?
Well, no, he was the manager after Gabe Kapler.
Oh, correct. Okay.
But it would be Gabe Kapler and the San Francisco Giants against the Philadelphia Phillies, and I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I don't either. No, I don't. I don't know how I like that.
Although
Giants are a weird team.
Phillies would be the home team based on some sort of semantic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it's wins again. I don't even know what it is, but they have the same record. But the Phillies are ahead of them for some reason. So the Phillies would be the home team. So the Giants would have to come out here, which would be nice.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
But the other wild card team right now is the Chicago Cubs.
Weird. Oh, they're a dominant team on offense, though, from what
Yeah.
I remember with the run differential.
They still rake, but can they pitch?
I don't think they can.
That's the
I
real
don't think they
question.
can.
But yeah, good start to the homestand overall for the Phils. They took 3 out of 4 in Miami too, which was fantastic because that place has been a house of horrors for so long for the Phils.
Mhm.
So to take 3 out of 4 is huge to kind of separate and give you a little bit of breathing room ahead of the Marlins. Who the Phillies are currently 3.5 games ahead of in the standings. So that was huge. Also, fan on the field in Miami.
Just incredible.
We posted that video on Instagram, and now Instagram allows you to directly share that to your Facebook page. We are going viral on Facebook right now, which is the most random, obscure place, but I guess it's fitting because that's where we started our content.
That's where it all began, bro.
And when I tell you guys we're going viral, I'm not talking about like even Vineland football play viral in terms of posting. From our personal accounts, where that video has like 30,000 views on Instagram. Still good numby.
That's good compared to this shit.
This fan on the field video has hit the Mark Zuckerberg algorithm like no other. We are 35,000 plays, even though that sounds like a big number. In the grand scheme, it's like nothing the way this video is going from our first ever piece of content hitting 1 million views.
How sweet it is, Kyle. How sweet it is.
You best believe I'm going to post me on like a green screen pointing to that with Lil Wayne's A Milli playing.
A million
views like a Young Money.
You're close. I try to help, but my brain froze.
Yeah.
That's kind of my reaction to this video. Just like, you told me that number. And I was just like, my brain just froze. It was like, what?
Pitts McConnell.
That's shut the No, Mitchie Boy really did sum up my reaction really well to that when I found out it was in the 900,000s, close to 1 million. I mean, dude, we just know what Mark wants.
Yeah.
We know what those AIs are talking about.
It's insane. Like, the video's been popping. Our Facebook page is more than doubled in follower size.
That's what we like to see. That's the real stat.
And
like pitcher wins.
It's insane. Yes, exactly. Precisely. So that's insane that we are hitting that milestone. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
I would hope soon.
But I witnessed my first fan on the field in person, I'm pretty sure, at Camden Yards this weekend when I watched the Mets crumble in real time, which was great. I got to go to the Orioles game while I was in Baltimore this weekend on Friday night. Great vibes. But with the Orioles being good, it obviously incentivizes great vibes. Yeah. Great atmosphere. I love going to Camden Yards. It's one of my favorite stadiums in all of sports. Got to see the boy Cole Irvin pitch too, which was great.
Always a plus.
Love seeing the boy. He got some big outs there for the O's. Got to see a fan on the field there in person, which was insane.
Dude,
and watching the Mets crumble. Watching the Mets crumble in real time was a beautiful sight.
Oh yeah.
We're also on this train. Because obviously it's even more hilarious because we have 2 Mets fans that work for our company who also are co-hosts on the same podcast, Steve and Ben, who are getting the whole group chat. 50% of the time it's about golf. The other 50% of the time it's them yelling about the Mets, and all I can picture is their text messages in the voice of Frank the Tank.
That would be a good way to sum it up. That's kind of how I view all Mets fans complaining. It's just Frank the Tank.
It's so
just
great.
Screaming and hooting and hollering.
Oh, low Mets. But where was I going with this is the real question. Oh, having 2 Mets fans work for
yes,
our company.
That's where you were going.
I went full Mitch mode
You just did. See, that's what karma comes back around in the face of a turtle.
Oh, speaking of the golf guys, Mets, the golf
Yes.
guys. So we have this
Mets
whole
golf
bit.
guys.
I have this whole bit going on with them in our group chat that the Mets are rebuilding now. They're gonna have to shed some salary. I want it to be known that third Mike on the Get in the Hole podcast, when he is eventually done with his Mets contract, Jeff McNeil. Need it. He's a scratch golfer.
I mean, that's just good for the brand. And when you tell him the name of the show, he's going to want to do it even more. Like, that's a perfect name for a show. It's an up-and-coming group. And how great of a heel turn would it be for a Mets fan to go to a Philly network and thrive more
with
than
two Mets fans?
But he's with two Mets fans, so there you go. That's the kind of oxymoron type shit we got going on.
So Jeff McNeil, I need you to come on Get in the Hole.
You got a great name. I like your name. The champ approves.
We'll work on you becoming the third Mike with Steve and Ben.
I think we can.
And then go out and do content. Steve films Ben and Jeff McNeil.
Yes, have Steve film. Yeah, that's good content.
Or I go out and film the three of them. Like, come on, the possibilities are endless.
More possibilities here in the underground than you do at City Field. So just letting you know that, Jeff.
Jeff,
just letting you know. Hey, and your name is Jeff, and you want to work for Underground. When did I become German? That was weird. Okay, moving on. Or you talk now.
Potty Pits.
Potty Pits. Yeah. Shut up, peeps. Yeah.
We're 2 months away from Oktoberfest. Relax.
It's my dude. I want to go to Oktoberfest so bad. Just dressing in absurd garments and drinking pints of beer.
I need you in overalls.
I feel like a lot of people would disagree, but I don't with you. I want to see myself in overalls.
Or lederhosen.
If I'm going to wear overalls, I need to wear a red hat as well. I feel like that just needs to happen.
Oh, it's hilarious. That's hilarious. Shall we get to your favorite segment, Pitts?
Oh, dude, I got the feet up. I got my belt on me. Lay it on me. I love it.
It is the NL East and Major League Baseball run differentials brought to you by our pals over at Wasted Wedge. New age of golf has arrived, everybody, and if you're looking to be the talk and envy of your group and create memories with your friends and family, look no further than the lineup of Wasted Wedge products and merchandise. These Wasted Wedges are a blast to drink shots out of on and off the course, and you can check them out on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, at Wasted Wedge. And I got a nice little treat for the people, Pitsy.
Oh,
a nice little treat for the people.
Love treats.
It is it's National Golf Month, the month of August.
Really?
And you guys, for free shipping at checkout, use code SUMMER23 for free shipping through the month of August. That's SUMMER23 at wastedwedge.com. Go get your Wasted Wedges. They're phenomenal. Shout out to Wasted Wedge. wastedwedge.com. Pitsy, the NL East run differential looks a little something like this. It's starting with the Atlanta Braves, who are 70-39. They've scored 619 runs so far this season.
Booyaka, booyaka.
What do you have their run differential at?
I'm gonna go plus 114. No, not plus. No, plus. Yeah. I'm right.
They are at plus 163.
Okay, not that far off. I was in the triple digits. I got to give myself credit there.
Plus 163 for the Bravos. Jesus. Then we go to the 61-51 Philadelphia Phillies. Scored 511 runs so far this season, second most in the division. What's their run differential at?
I'm assuming they're positive.
They are.
Plus 89.
I fucking wish. We'd probably be even more games over 500 if that was the case. We're at plus 18, though, which, if I'm not mistaken, might be our highest positive run differential of the season.
What a drop-off. Jeez, I wouldn't expect that. I was trying to give you guys a little more credit there.
Then we go to the dumbest team in baseball, the 58-55 Miami Marlins, who have lost four in a row.
Good. All right, we're coming back to reality a little bit.
They've scored 460 runs, which is the lowest total in the division this season. Where do you have them at, Pitsy?
-14. I feel like
-37.
okay, a little worse than the last time I was on here. But
Then
we're
we
still in
go
the
to
negatives.
the Lowell New York Mets at 50-61. They've lost 6 games in a row. Lowell Mets. They also blew it up at the trade deadline. Lowell Mets. I saw.
Well, they're in rebuilding, Kyle.
I saw a restaurant sign that said all the Mets exes pitch in Texas.
You're simply the best. That's just simply the best, if I put it.
They've scored 480 runs, which is the second fewest in the division. What's their run differential at?
I'm gonna go -66.
I wish. It's -35 though, which is still hilarious.
That's still really funny.
Then we go to here's the fun part too. The Mets are 50-61. We're on Mets last place watch. The stolen franchise Washington Nationals are 49-63. 1.5 games back of the Mets in the division. Now, it might not be the case after the next 4 games when the Phillies beat down on them, but we're on Mets last place watch.
I'm still here. My Apple Watch just told me to stand up.
Uncle Stevie, at the end of the day, if the Mets finish in last place this year, I will be laughing like Berlizzi.
Oh, I will absolutely laugh my ass off if the Mets come in last place.
The Nationals, winners of 4 straight, have scored 487 runs, which is the 3rd most in the division. More than the Marlins, more than the Mets.
Wait, they scored more than the Marlins and Mets?
They've scored more, but that doesn't mean they haven't given up the most.
Oh, that's true.
Which they have.
Stolen franchise.
What do you have their run differential at?
So the Mets were -35. -48.
We're going to bump that on up. It's -83.
Jesus, I was all over the board today.
So there's your
All
NL
over
East
the
run
board.
differentials.
All right. I hope that's enough, Apple Watch. I want to sit down now.
The NL Central still absolutely stupid. Every team is in the negatives except the second place now. They have bumped up to second place and leapfrogged the Cincinnati Reds by semantics of 1 less loss overall.
One less lonely loss.
Same win percentage, though. The Chicago Cubs have a +75 run differential at 58-54.
See, that's just nonsense. That is just straight up nonsense. Cubs are just hitting dingers and scoring runs like it's nobody's business. But then
And you know who they play next? They play the New York Mets next.
Oh, well, then they're not going to score any runs there. The Mets don't know how to score runs. They don't really know how to play baseball, to be at.
Then the Dodgers have the second best run differential in the National League at +107. The wild card San Francisco Giants at +24. Diamondbacks have fallen off hard, Pitsy. They're 1 game over 500, and they have a -18 run differential.
Oof.
But the Colorado Rockies still with the worst National League run differential at 44-67 in the win-loss column. Pitsy, they've given up 637 runs this season, which puts them at a -158 run differential.
Well, it's going to go -214.
Now, 637 runs given up. We're closing in on a nice little pennant race for most runs surrendered in Major League Baseball. The Oakland A's have given up 674. Rockies are right there.
You can't be in the same category as the Oakland A's in any way, shape, or form right now.
The Rockies have given up company to be with. The 3rd most runs in baseball this year, most in the National League. The Royals at 36-77 have given up 602 runs. So that's the 600 runs surrendered club is the Royals, Rockies, and A's.
It's such a tough club to be part of.
Kansas City at a -162. But Pitsy, your favorite game is guessing the Oakland A's.
Oh my God, I love it.
32-80.
Dude, just give up. Wave the white flag. Where's Dido when you need her?
I need that wins under to hit so hard.
How close are we? How's that looking?
59.5 was the number, so they have to finish with 59 or fewer wins, and they're at 32 through
We're in August.
112 games.
It's the 6th. You got like a
Got
month.
about 2 months.
I think you could do it. I think you could do it.
They just can't win 28 more games.
28 games, that'd be
14
almost
a month.
nine series is sprinkling a 4-game in there.
I think it's doable.
I think it's very doable because even if they go win 1 out of 3 in 9, that's 9 wins.
You know what's hilarious, too? We talked about this. The Braves lost the series to the A's this year. They lost 2 out of 3.
That's so true.
The Mets got swept by the Royals. And on trade deadline day, when they traded away Scherzer and Verlander, they lost in a walk-off balk.
You know what? No, that is exactly how they should have lost on a day that they got rid of their 2 aces in the hole. You deserve to lose in the most ridiculous, heartbreaking, nonsensical way.
To the Royals.
To one of the worst teams in baseball. Yes, that is LOL Mets to a T. Oh, there's not a team. I don't hate the Mets. I just laugh at them. I pity them because they're just so sad. They're just so sad to watch. It's just every year. It's like a little kid on Christmas, like, I'm going to get my Xbox. And then you just find out that, oh, well, you're not getting an Xbox, but here's a nice Lego race car. Yeah, here's some figgy pudding. Figure out what to do with that.
And a partridge in a pear tree, you scumbags.
You don't even have enough for 2 turtle doves, all right? Like, you're just not. They're just a sad franchise.
I think what we're going to do this Christmas time, even though it is months away and we're not rushing summer, we're going to remix the 12 Days of Christmas, and it's going to be the 12 Days of LOL Mets.
Jeff McNeil has to get on there.
2 traded aces.
Well, just see, that's what I mean. We have to.
And a freak out from Frank Fleming. We're doing it. We have to script that and come up with the 12 Days of LOL Mets.
We have to. That would be so funny. That would do 2 traded aces and a freak out from Frank Fleming. That's the chorus.
Bars.
That is motherfucking
That's the first
bars.
2 right there.
That's
first 2 right there.
All right, we only got 10 to go. That's nothing.
10 more days.
10 more days. Oh my god, we have enough creative minds in the underground to figure this out. A lot more creative. I mean, Matt, we haven't even.
Oh.
I just took Matt's spot here in the Sunday show. He could come up with some stuff on Wednesdays.
It's gonna be so good.
Love
the
it.
12 Days of LOL Mets. You heard it here on August 7th. We're ahead of the game.
We're so ahead of everything. That's what we do here in the underground. Okay.
But Pitsy, to get back to the A's.
No, I need to know what their run differential is.
Take
a
crack at it. They've given up 674 runs.
Can I get a hint if it's in the 200s?
Oh, it is well into the 200s.
Well into the 200s. Good. Because my guess initially was like around the 220s. I'm gonna finish with my final guess. I'm gonna say 243.
The A's would like to thank you for your patronage.
There's no way.
Negative 271 is
Dude,
the answer.
give the fuck up. Give up. I'm sorry. I am all about hard work and trying your best, but you clearly aren't. So there's just no point in finishing the season. Like these kids, like, do something else. Call up the minor leaguers and just throw a AAA roster so they get some MLB experience. And then, oh no, that would cost them money. So money that they definitely don't have. So
I gotta find this.
Maybe give like B&A for a day. Like, they used to hold tryouts and like for football teams, whatnot. Like B&A for a day.
Danny Vietti tweeted this. He is the host of the Wake and Rake podcast with Will Middlebrooks, former Phil, former Red Sox.
Will.
And does stuff for CBS Sports. Here's the 2021 Oakland A's roster. You ready for this? So see how far they have fallen. Here's their starting lineup. At catcher, Sean Murphy, gone. He's on the Atlanta Braves.
Good.
Matt Olson, gone. He's on the Atlanta Braves. Jed Lowry, gone. Elvis Andrews, gone. Matt Chapman, gone. Mark Canha, gone. Starling Marte, gone. Ramon Laureano, gone. DH Chad Pinder, gone. Here's your starting rotation in 2021. Frankie Montas, gone. Sean Manaea, gone. Cole Irvin, gone. Chris Bassett, gone. James Kaprelian, still on the roster.
At least they got one guy in there.
They have one guy from their starting rotation and starting lineup in 2021 still on the roster in 2023. That's insane.
That is wild that like no one is there. Like that is just like who is there? Like, is there any big name? No
The
one.
Possum. The press box Possum.
He has to be the biggest star on that team.
At
At least he's doing something, trying to get his face on camera.
so bad. I think the way that I take pride in the Mets being bad, you do that with the Yankees. How great is it for the Yankees to be just piss poor bad?
Dude,
even
when
though
I
the
saw
Red
that,
Sox,
Mike,
the Red Sox
we
are
don't
having an
care.
okay season. Like they're
It's-
57 and 54, but the Yankees are 58 and 54.
Dude, the Yankees being equally as bad as the Red Sox makes my heart warm. And seeing Mike Stanton go 0 for 6 today was even more so. I hate. I don't. That's why I said I don't hate the Mets because of all the whatever. I hate the New York Yankees. I don't hate any team.
You don't hate
in
the
any
Mets
sport.
until the super divisions come.
Oh, when the super division comes, we're gonna have alliances. It's gonna be like war. We're gonna have like the Allied powers over here in the underground. We'll have the Axis over in the Big Apple. Steve can just decide. Like that's what I want. Because that's what we like. I hate the Yankees with such a burning passion because they're so anti what we believe in as baseball and sports fans. And just it's a good reason. Like the Mets want to be the Yankees. I think that's another reason why like I don't hate them yet, because they're trying to be something they're not. That's just you're frauds. Where like they try to be that team that's big spender. We got the $1 billion owner. Yeah. And then you throw a Verlander. He's sick. Scherzer, unbelievable. And you still suck eggs. And you have to get rid of them. Like, that is fraudulent behavior.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I love it. One last baseball thing before we keep it pushing. Brandon Marsh got injured this weekend, too. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks with a bruised knee. No structural damage, so that's the big thing. He is on the injured list, but want to give some love and a shout-out to my dog, Brandon Marsh, because he is, a core piece of this team, and hopefully he gets back healthy and is good to go, for September, because the Phillies are going to need him because he's a dog. Let's go to the Eagles. It's brought to you by our pals over at Tomahawk Shades, the best small batch eyewear in the game. They now have an app that you can download in your app store. And just for downloading the app, when you open it up, you can claim a free pair of sunglasses. It's that simple. You can peruse the app for all their sunglasses, blue light glasses, prescription lenses. They're the best, and they are at a fraction of the cost of the big eyewear companies. Go to tomahawkshades.com or download the app in the App Store. And when you go to checkout, use promo code USP for 25% off your order at tomahawkshades.com. That's promo code USP for 25% off at tomahawkshades.com or in the Tomahawk Shades app. Pitts, the Birds had open practice tonight. Looked like a good time. Everybody filled in the stadium. I've been to open practices in the past.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're a joy. Eagles usually only have 2 per year open in Lincoln Financial Field for the fans and everything, but it's a great time, especially with the nighttime ones where you get that night vibe of an open practice and everything.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Super dope. But the Birds make 2 signings today. During the day, they signed some linebackers as they agreed to terms with Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham. You were pretty pissed that we signed Miles Jack.
I just love Miles Jack. He's such a good linebacker, hard hitter. And the Patriots, I felt like, I'm not saying that the Patriots should have signed him. It's not where my argument's going. It's more in the and more of the fact that the Eagles are loaded. We've talked about it here, and they're still going out and getting guys like Miles Jack to improve themselves. And meanwhile, Bill Belichick's like, "Oh, what about that undrafted guy? Oh, he was a quarterback. Oh, he could return punts." Like that's our mindset, and it's like, Bill, this isn't the early 2000s anymore. Like the game has evolved. Like you need talent to win Super Bowls, to win championships. And, the defense may be one of the best in the league. I would say it's, top 3, maybe 1, depending on how it goes.
Now.
But
hey, now.
I know that I will stand on one thing with the Patriots, and that the defense is
I'm
better.
just saying that there's a team right here in
I'm well
Philadelphia
aware.
That's probably one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah, but you don't have Matt Judon. You don't have the man who is him, Christian Gonzalez.
But we have Brandon Graham, dog. Fletcher Cox, dog.
Well, you know what?
James Bradbury, dog. Darius Slay, dog. Ed Reed Blankenship, dog.
We're going to find out week 1 because I'm so excited to start the season.
Milton Williams, dog. Jordan Davis, Georgia, dog.
Literally a dog. He's a Philly
Jacoby
dog.
Dean, dog.
Philly dog. Nolan Smith.
Kelly Ringo, dog.
Philly dog. Philly dog.
Jalen Carter, dog.
Philly dog. I'm just trying to get it out there. I think they need all wear that shirt.
Need
them to wear that. Yeah, it's the Eagles are. That's the thing that just pissed me off about it, is that it's this team that I have been adopted into, and you're seeing them really do everything they can to give them the best talent around them, stack it up so they can not only make the Super Bowl again, but win it this time. And then on the Patriots side, just like, well, and Billy Trusts, like he's got a plan. I don't know, I go back and forth on my true thoughts on it at this point, but it's nice to see my friends doing well with their teams because we've experienced a lot of success for so long. It gets annoying. Sometimes it's a lot to deal with. So, we'll pass it over to the other friend and we'll be normal for a little bit.
It is fun having a team that is so highly touted and being talked about as one of the best. Like, I never
It's
really
nice.
like.
Nice.
Obviously, the Eagles went to 4 straight NFC Championship games in my youth, but the internet was a new thing. Twitter didn't exist. I was in elementary school, so it was like a totally different era of my life. Then we have 2008, a little more there. I was a little bit older, but like still no Twitter for me at least until 2012. So didn't experience it then. And then the Chip Kelly era happens, which shout out Chip Kelly. If we don't have Chip Kelly, we don't win the Super Bowl. Then the Super Bowl year happens, which was just magical. And then last year happens. And now the Eagles are just viewed as this like superpower. And it is a very satisfying feeling, to say the least, to finally have like the team that is so talented that the national pundits are still trying to find a way to besmirch our names.
And that's when you're good. That's when you know that you've made it as a local, as your team. I mean, when the national media starts talking about them,
people are still doubting Jalen Hurts.
I'll let them.
Damian Woody is on fucking Get Up talking about how the Cowboys could be the team representing the NFC in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, dude, and I'm going on a date with Madison Pettis in like 2 weeks because both those things that we just said are very true. So, yeah, no fucking what? The Cowboys have their heads so far up their ass that they don't even know who's calling plays.
Their best player's holding out right now. Zach Martin's holding out.
You literally don't have an offense without your offensive line. As a Patriots fan, I know that all too well.
Same as an Eagles fan.
Oh, yeah, true. You see, we get
Best
it.
O-line in football.
Jealous.
Even you can attest to that.
That's why I said jealous. I'm not going to debate that. I'm not going to try to sit here and say the Patriots have a great offensive line. We suck, dude. Look at Mac Jones running for his life, and if he's not, he's getting buried 6 feet under. Oh,
Did you see the viral? It wasn't really. It was like very niche viral, but the Carson Wentz Instagram post.
I saw a meme of it where he was wearing an Eagles helmet.
It wasn't a meme. That was real.
No, I know, but I saw someone post it as a meme.
Oh yeah, that was real on his own personal Instagram.
Yeah, it hurt my brain. That was like that was
Eagles helmet, Colts shorts, Commanders practice jersey.
like you trying to show off that you've been cut from 3 teams. Like I just
Did you see the caption?
no
his
because of a
Instagram?
meme.
I will pull up the caption.
Was it like
here.
still grinding? Like they doubted me. Um, getting better season. I'm trying to think of just corny, like very generic captions that he would make.
It was. If I can find. Here we go. Back in the lab. ... Just looks a little different so far this year. Upside down smiling face emoji. Hashtag alternate uniforms. Hashtag training camp 2023.
I mean, yeah, that's
Like, why do you post that?
that's attention. That's grabbing attention.
Like,
that's just
that
no
is
one
the
wants
ultimate choose your own adventure football uniform. That's like
Yeah,
game of life.
That's like you and your buddies are going outside to play backyard football, and it's like we need to wear football attire if we're gonna play football.
That's like spin a wheel and determine what your outfit's going to be for the day.
my thing is like, does he think that any team is seriously gonna sign him? Like even for a backup role, he doesn't want to be a backup. He wants to be a starter. Like no team wants him.
He'll get signed as a backup when somebody gets injured.
Yeah, that's inevitable. So I could agree with that, but
Let's
I
talk.
don't-
Let's do a little tier talk. Let's do top 5 teams if their quarterback got injured that would sign Carson Wentz.
Girl, the first one that pops in mind is Rams.
True, because I think even Carson Wentz is still younger than Stetson Bennett.
Oh, true. Stetson Bennett is. Hey, you young stallion.
How do you do,
What is
fellow
it?
kids?
That's what it is. Yeah. The what is it? What's his
Which
name?
is
the
inevitable
actor?
that Stafford's going to get injured.
I thought Stafford retired. I'm just
No,
no.
yeah. He feels dead.
He won that Super Bowl, and that felt like the end of his movie in the NFL.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, they made a spinoff. Okay.
I'll give you my first
another
one. Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, good one. Really good one.
Kyler's still out. You're gonna play Colt McCoy.
They did.
Colt
before.
got injured, has had injury issues in the past. Cardinals would not shock me. Plus, then imagine if like Kyler's just still out, because I think he's out until like December because he got injured late in the year last year. Imagine the Cardinals when they come to Philly and Carson Wentz is their starting quarterback with Jonathan Gannon as their head coach. They'd have to get police escorts out of the city.
That's cinematic. I need it. Oh, I need to manifest that. That would be incredible.
Cardinals are my first pick. Rams are a good one. Packers.
Yeah, no Rodgers. I would say Packers.
Jordan Love gets hurt.
That can be
He's
your
close
second,
to
yeah.
home up there in North Dakota, eh?
I mean, he's already worn the green and yellow before. So,
Packers could be one.
all right, this kind of is crazy, but hear me out. It is a new. No, they wouldn't. Never mind. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go Titans. I was gonna say Colts, but I'm going Titans.
Colts would be hilarious.
Colts would be so funny,
Just
but-
re-sign him again.
But the Titans just. I don't think they know what they're doing on offense.
No.
Like you signed DeAndre Hopkins, but you have Derrick Henry, and not only those two factors, but you don't have a quarterback that could logistically get D-Hop the ball the way he needs to be. I just in the Titans, I feel like Tannehill's going to go down at some point. Malik, well, he's not ready. And then who was Malik?
Willis.
Willis.
If he even makes the roster.
That's the other point. So it's like the Wentz could sneak his way onto the Titans at some point.
I got another one. Atlanta Falcons.
Good choice. That's a good one.
Desmond Ritter. I don't even know who their backup is. Oh, their backup's Taylor Heineke. That'd be hilarious.
That
Heineke
would be
Wentz
so
reunited.
funny.
Oh,
How
that'd
many
be good.
times do I have to tell you this, old man?
That would be great. That would be great.
I'm gonna stick with that division. I'm gonna go Panthers too.
Okay.
Something tells
Who do they have behind Bryce Young?
it's not Baker. Oh, that's
I was gonna say my next one's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. So the NFC South is looking pretty good.
Outside of the Saints, everyone else fair game.
Sidebar a little bit, staying on this though. I have a prediction for Derek Carr MVP.
If you don't shut your ass up,
No, it's gonna happen.
maybe MVP for a
I'll take
Nickelodeon
that.
game.
I will take that. That is a valuable player award that Derek Carr deserves.
Oh, I gotta ask you this because it got announced. Are you excited for the Nickelodeon Super Bowl broadcast?
I am very excited for this because I kind of try to go back to when I was a kid, and I loved watching Nickelodeon, obviously, and was always like, well, they do more sports because they, and
Oh, the Panthers have Andy Dalton,
that's what I was gonna look up.
the other white ginger.
Imagine choosing between Andy Dalton or Carson Wentz.
Ugh.
That is like, ugh. Do you want? Oh, I can't even. Ugh. You know what that's like? It's like burnt pizza, like really burnt pizza. Because you still want it, because you know it's pizza and you know it's gonna get the job done, but it's not gonna taste good going down. There's gonna be interceptions. There's gonna be a fumble. You're gonna throw it off the offensive line's helmet, but goddamn, with like 10 seconds left, that ball's gonna find its way in the end zone, whether you did it or not.
I have another team
All right.
that Wentz could be possible for. Cleveland Browns.
I had that thought. Deshaun's gonna play all year.
Is he
an
though?
injury. I've stopped trying to
He stinks.
give my thought. Deshaun?
He stinks.
I think the Browns stink. I think they should just be giving the ball to Nick Chubb every single play.
Deshaun Watson stinks. And I'm not even talking about him as a human. I'm just talking about on the
Oh,
football.
yeah,
He's cooked.
Browns.
I think I have one more team that could be in the running for Carson Wentz. Actually, I have two more. First one, the Raiders.
Oh, that is so no. I mean, aesthetically looking,
Can they
no.
trust Jimmy G to get through a full season healthy? I don't think so.
I don't know why we haven't got Stark technology to put into Jimmy G's knee, because like the fact that he's that good but just can't stay healthy. It's actually the opposite of Carson Wentz, where when he's hurt, it's all to talk about the potential and it just never lives up. It's like, oh, well, he's come back from injury. When Jimmy G's on the field, Jimmy G's legit good.
I'm sorry. Why are the Raiders just reassembling old Patriots quarterback rooms? Do you know who the Raiders backup quarterback is?
Yeah, Stidham.
No.
That is.
No, not anymore.
Who is it?
It's 97-year-old Brian Hoyer.
Why the fuck? I thought Brian Hoyer retired. What? Well, it's Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
He has a limited contact list.
Yeah,
They don't give you all the
dialing Carson's number real soon.
I was going to stick with another team in the AFC West.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
I don't know if Sean Payton could mentally handle Carson Wentz.
I think he would hit him. I think we'd have an Urban Meyer kick. I think Carson Wentz throws like 3 picks, and the third one is so bad that like allegedly Helen Keller.
Sean Payton's turtle-looking face swinging a punch on Carson Wentz.
He'd storm out on the field and just clock him because there's just no other way to get through to this man.
I need it.
I kind of
I need celebrity deathmatch claymations of Sean Payton and Carson Wentz.
That would be electric.
Oh,
that would be a good one. I had this thought that
you're gonna
if
hate
Kirk
my
Cousins
last team.
If Kirk Cousins were to go down, and I only say this if it's like a season-ending one because they really don't have anyone to back him up. Because Kellen Mond, I think, is a fraud. But what if he went to the Vikings?
Kellen Mond catching strays.
He's just a fucking fraud. I can't. Dude, you don't get drafted to the Vikings that late after having... No, you just... No, bye-bye.
If he goes to the Vikings, good grief.
If he went to the Vikings, that'd be hilarious. I want him nowhere near Foxborough. I want him...
That was my last team was the Patriots.
If you... Motherfucker, if I see Carson Wentz even take a visit to Foxborough, I'm calling the Minutemen. I'm calling the Minutemen.
They're going to throw you in the Boston Harbor.
Fine. Prez went to jail for his quarterback. I'll get thrown in the Boston Harbor, that dirty water. I love that dirty water. I'll get thrown in it for the love of my team. That's what champions do.
Carson Wentz is the most in-season injury signing quarterback for the Patriots.
If he better fucking not wear that navy and red and blue. I'm not doing it.
I got one more too, because allegedly he was going to take a visit there and it'd be gross. Do you know how hated Carson Wentz would become if good old Dakota Prescott gets injured and he goes down to Dallas?
I had this line. I was like, that would be the greatest thing ever. Jerry Jones would spin Carson Wentz like he's the next Troy Aikman.
Jerry and Mike McCarthy and Carson Wentz are a trio destined for each other.
That is Texas' holy trinity. Let me tell you that.
They'd be posting with their guns like they're fucking Republican politicians.
On the field we wear blue, but off it we wear red.
On the field we wear blue, and off the field we back it. No one crosses our thin blue star.
I just had a thought that I feel like this season I'm going to constantly have the thought in my back of my mind. Okay, where's Carson Wentz? Like someone's going to be signing.
Are we going to go on Wentz watch this year?
I think for just the sheer entertainment, sports entertainment factor of it, we have to go on Wentz watch. After that Instagram post, that was egregious.
My man is going through it.
Yeah, if you're posting with all three teams, that's like sending you up. That's like sending you up texts at 3 a.m. to 3.
He got dressed in the dark.
Right, I'm so excited. Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh, it's hilarious.
That's incredible.
Oh man. Last thing here before we get to Brinkbach Bump. This is brought to you by our pals over at Trophy Smack. Guys, fantasy football drafts, they're coming up. They're sneaking up. We may have something fun to announce with Trophy Smack over the coming days, hopefully.
Oh, I hope so.
There's no better way to upgrade your fantasy smack talk than with our friends over at Trophy Smack. They've got belts, metal wall art, trophies, obviously. They've got rings. They've got now chains with giant plates on them to show up. They got the last place trophies, the last place banners. Go to trophysmack.com/underground and upgrade your fantasy smack talk today. That's trophysmack.com/underground to upgrade your fantasy smack talk. Pitts, the world is a fun place.
Oh,
this is right up your alley. We're getting a new Super Olympics, allegedly, in 2024.
Oh, this is, yeah.
Where the athletes are legally allowed to take performance-enhancing drugs.
Let me tell you.
And get paid.
Daniel Tosh had a stand-up bit a few years back about what his thoughts were on the steroids and all that. And he says let them juice up all they want. How many home runs could you see if all of them hitting? That's exactly what I want with this. Imagine just juiced up athletes competing combat sports. It would be video game type fights. When it comes to other sports, they would do everything like superheroes or super freaks. I'm all here for it. I want to be entertained. I don't care how you do it. It's your body, not my choice. Just if you want to load yourself up with drugs and just go at it athletically, at least put it on television for me to watch. I'm for it.
So this comes from The Guardian. An Olympic-style competition for drug-taking athletes. So I guess all of Russia's going to be able to go because...
Dude, Russia's going to rake in the gold.
It's being launched by an Australian entrepreneur. Melbourne-born, London-based businessman Aaron D'Souza is the president of Enhanced Games, a coalition of athletes, doctors, and scientists. He plans to stage the inaugural games of no drug testing in December next year, with 2 high-profile Australian athletes among those expressing interest. 5 sports categories, everybody. Track and field, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, and combat sports will be on the program of the Enhanced Games to be held annually.
Dude, if you're going to make this thing annual, I'm in. Take my money now.
Annual.
Take my money now.
So of the sanctioned Olympic events that exist in the world, what other events would you want to see in the Enhanced Games?
So what? Track and field.
So the ones that are included, it's track and field, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, and combat sports.
I need to see soccer. I'm saying I'm gonna go with the speed element of drugs. Imagine how fast they'd go. Track and field, so that would count shot put too. Gymnastics? Holy shit. That would be pretty cool.
Gymnastics,
swimming. Archery. I'm just trying to think of everything out there. Let's get weird. Dude, I don't know why. Could you imagine them drugged up people on curling? They would be sweeping the shit out of that ice.
That ice would turn to water real quick.
They'd have water delays.
Melt delays.
Dude, could you imagine like a jacked up figure skater? Oh, I totally hit that spin. Yeah. Just getting so hyped. Like ripping off their shirt. He plays the US correspondent, blasts Hulk Hogan's theme song, does his entrance and just rips off his shirt. There's endless possibilities with this.
I need baseball.
Yeah, I'm thinking Olympic sports, but yes, I would agree.
Baseball was in the Olympics.
Yes, it was Olympic.
Like imagine the retired baseball players that just don't give a fuck.
I'd like to see, like Rafael Palmeiro comes out of the game. Oh my god, I need to see the Rocket. I love the Rocket.
I love some
Rocket
other sports
Palmeiras.
that aren't like Olympic sanctioned but would be sick. Darts. Like
no, I know what darts.
Juiced up meatheads.
Darts.
Like veins popping out of their heads. Throwing darts.
Table tennis.
Ping pong would be electric.
Ping pong would be so cool.
They would just use their hands.
Yeah, you don't feel pain at that. You just smack at it.
We need cycling. We need Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Come out of retirement. We all know you juiced.
It's okay here. No one judges here.
I need golf.
Oh, the drives would be insane. But then their short game might suffer. Putts would go through.
Putts would be amazing. They would be mowing the grass.
Oh, those putts would be speeding. Badminton.
Yes.
I need it. Just jacked up dudes playing badminton. Beach volleyball.
Yes.
That's
Water polo.
water polo would get violent. Could you imagine unsanctioned water polo? Bows would be thrown. You'd have some kicks. Imagine they could be like flip, like they could do some crazy shit in the water.
We need
The
hockey.
goalies would be, bro. Hockey would get dangerous. Hockey would be very dangerous, but I'm for it. I'm so for it. Slap shots going at like 200 miles per hour.
What if we had like a juiced up beer Olympics?
See, that's what's missing. I would love a juiced up beer
Flip cup would
Olympics.
be insane.
Flip cup, cornhole, die would be lit. I'm trying to think of other games. Flip beer pong.
I gotta send it to you. Bussin' with the Boys did their beer Olympics with like the biggest celebrity roster of competitors.
That's
ever.
incredible.
I'll send you the video. It was unreal. Also, did you see the picture of Taylor Lewan that they posted where it was like caption this and he was just posed like this?
Yeah.
Did you see what we quote tweeted it with?
No.
Nick Foles.
Yeah,
There it is.
There it
is.
That's good. I like that.
It should have got more love than it did, but
It
I
absolutely should have
digress.
got all the love. Maybe 900,000.
It's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000. It's over 9,000.
Oh man. But yeah, the juiced Olympic, the enhanced games. Let us know your thoughts on the enhanced games
the
in the
link
YouTube
below.
comment
Need it.
section, and what sport you'd want to see in the enhanced games.
So funny.
Let's wrap things up with a little Brink Bonk Bump. It's brought to you by our friends over at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partners of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Maybe next summer we'll do a Kenwood Beer Olympics.
Dude, I need it. I need a beer Olympics. The only one I've ever been to or tried to set up. We had 30 people on the RSVP and 5 people showed up to a massive backyard. We left that shit so fast. I need a new one. I need one with the underground.
We would need so many camera people.
Do you know how entertaining I am in any sort of beer game? Oh my god. Yes. All of them on me. Let's go.
Let's talk Kenwood.
Let's
You guys can go to
talk
kenwoodbeer.com, use the Kenny tracker, see who's got Kenwood beer on tap in the Philadelphia or Pittsburgh area. Shout out to the Yinzers. Must be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. You guys know the deal. It's Brink Bonk Bump. Who was money? Who was horny? And who needs to take a seat? Pitsy, I'll start with you. Who was money for you this week?
Money for me, it's the man that's on my shirt right now. Listen, okay, look at Mr. Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell has one of the best ideas, and I need to read more of the story into this to have it happen. Dan Campbell wants to put a live lion on the sidelines for Lions games. And it was obviously rejected. But how dare you reject MCDC like that? All that man's trying to do is light a fire in this locker room. Have you seen any coach before try to do this? Do you think Matt Patricia even had the brain cells to think of this idea? No shot.
Matty P's on our coaching staff.
Yeah.
Apparently he and Darius Slay are good though. They're good. They smooth things out. Darius Slay said it in a press conference. He looked content. They're fine. They just want to win. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's okay. Back to my one brain cell, Matty P.
Rocket Man.
Yeah, his brain's full of rocket fuel. It just I need this to happen, and the fact that you're not going to do it. Do you know how many tickets you would sell? You know how much of an electric factor would be for the players to get behind. Like, we have a line on the field. Like, that brings another element to your team, and I need them to find a way to do this because it's a money idea that just needs to be capitalized on.
My brink of the week is the Phillies fans who cheered for Trea Turner. It was money. It worked, and job well done this weekend by the Phillies fans down at Citizens Bank Park. They are my brink of the week. Pitsy, who's your bonk? Who was too horny online this week?
I gotta call out my fellow wrestling community people on Twitter. You know, I love you guys so much. You know, especially because that I take no nights off. But this Bailey shit, man. This poor woman can't post one video without an entire comment section or reply section just going, damn, because she's just dragging that peach. And it's just every time that any piece of content of hers gets put up, they find a way to just get all hot and bothered in the replies. And meanwhile, I'm just like, well, what's this mean? She said this. What's this mean? Oh, she said that about this championship. And I just don't go that way with it because I'm a nerd when it comes to wrestling. But all these guys are fucking horny online trying to get into Bailey's DMs. And it's just like, calm down, guys. She ain't going after you.
My bonk of the week, I don't know if you saw this circulating through social medias. The booty smacking world championships. So it's like the thing that's been going around, like the slap fights that are a thing now. Apparently there's a version of this where it's just ladies in lingerie smacking each other's asses. People are too horny. That's what this is a product of. People are too horny.
Too fucking horny, man.
Like, what are we doing?
The booty smack, dude, that could be in the enhanced games. Imagine those drugged up.
I'm going to send you this tweet so you can...
Was it sponsored by the Daily Loud?
Former bonk of the week, the Daily Loud.
That could be like a 2-time champ. They are consistently putting out some thirst traps. It's not just loud.
Let me see if I can find this. Here we go. I'm going to send this to Patty Pitts for the people just listening so he can get an idea of what I'm
so I can react to this online or on air. Here we go. Oh, what's up?
I'm going to change my mind. My bonk of the week is Pat Pitts. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, what?
What are we doing?
What? She's giving a little smile. Like she's I kind of might make the bonk this girl. Like no, that was an overhand. I didn't know. That's horny. That's a horny slap. That's not a punishment slap. That is a when you go hand over here, that is all sexual. I don't like it. And the fact that it's in an octagon, like a cage, like what?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Oh my god, I can't believe
that's my bonk of the week.
It should be
booty slapping world championships.
Oh my god, that is a real thing I just watched. Oh my god, what world? Whatever simulation I'm in is fucking incredible. Thank you, Tribunal.
Pitsy, your bump of the week. Who's riding the bump? Who's taking a seat?
I'm gonna put me. The champ's gonna put himself on here. And I don't think you think this is gonna go the way you go, but I am really upset with myself, Kyle. I have not been as the champ of the Boston sports peeps. It's what I proclaim and all that. I have not been to a Red Sox game this year. And if anyone who knows me, I used to go to at least 5 to 10 every year. It's when Dickie Pitts had the hookup with Budweiser in the box. And even if we couldn't get the box, they would give us tickets. Fun fact, for my birthday, they would give me tickets. And one year they asked, what team do you want to go see? And the Phillies were coming into town. And this was like the cool Phillies, like Jason Worth, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley. And I was like, I want to see the Phillies. And they got me not box seats, but like 12 rows up. So I went down, hung out with them pregame, and it was like the coolest experience because I saw the Phillies guys that I was hanging with, not the Red Sox. Cool experience. But, my friends are going to games and, they have the deals where for nurses, I don't know if you know this, but in Boston, they have deals for anyone who works in the medical field where it's $5 tickets after the first inning. So once first pitch happens, You go to the gate, show your license that you work for Boston Medical, the BI, whatever, and they give you a $5 ticket, you and whoever. And the fact that I haven't capitalized on that or at all, I got to take a seat and purchase some tickets on my laptop because, that's one of my favorite things of summer. You said on the show to start things up that don't rush summer. And it feels like I'm rushing through it with all my work and stuff. Fantasy football starting back up. Wrestling just never takes a day off, obviously. I have to take a day off and not rush things and enjoy the simple things in life, like going to America's greatest ballpark.
Yeah, Yankees Red Sox on September 11th.
Oh, September. Wait, what day is that?
I believe it's a Monday.
Because I have a lobster party on the 9th.
That's the most Massachusetts thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I have a lot. It's my friend Martina. It's her end of the summer bash. She has a lobster party.
It is a Monday because the Phillies have a doubleheader on September 11th. You best believe I'm betting on Nick Castellanos' home run.
Okay, there's where I can say this. Yeah, 9-11, Nick Castellanos.
Doubleheader.
That's 2 home runs a game.
Shout out to the boy.
Just book it. Just book it. Just book it.
My bump of the week is going to be all of you sick, twisted fucks who continue to try to make the Kelly Green Eagles jerseys the normal jersey for the Birds. Shut the fuck up. It's a great alternate jersey. It's great to break it out twice a year. The Eagles do not need to go back to Kelly Green full time. It is an era of losing football in this city. It is an era of no success, and you're just clinging to your childhood, which was just filled with losing. Shut the fuck up. The midnight green jerseys are elite. The blackout uniforms are the best in all of sports. The Kelly Greens look great. I was very impressed. But it doesn't need to be the full-time uniform.
No, I want your thoughts on this too, because you said Kelly Green brings up an era of bad football being played.
God damn it.
Football being played. It's an era of bad football that was played.
But anywho,
so my point that I want to make about the Patriots, because I feel it's the same with the red. The red era of Patriots football is just abysmal. I've talked about it with my dad a lot. And now that you had it's the navy blue with Tom Brady wore and all that, and now what they're doing with Mac, and everyone wants the red. I love the red. I think it's a good throwback, and you need to have it every year, but it should not take over and become the full-time uniform, because it does have that bad era. It has that bad juju, we'll say, and we have good juju now. So,
and like people online saying we need the Kelly Green with the current font and script. It looks like trash. And then somebody said, "Oh, we need the midnight green with the old school logo." My boy, shout out to Seamus Clancy. He's gonna be coming on this podcast during football season for sure. He covers the Eagles for Philly Voice. He quote tweeted all caps, "Foreman Mills." It's a great tweet. That's exactly what it looked like. It looked like a bootleg Foreman Mills jersey.
That's tough. That's
terrible.
So tough.
So yeah, all you sick fucks that are trying to make Kelly Green a permanent thing, shut the fuck up. Take the bump. Ride it. Sit down. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some
help. That's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure you're following us on the socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, at UndergroundPHI, and Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI. Follow Pitsy on Twitter at Pat_Pitts, and on Instagram and Threads at Pitsy35. Follow me, Twitter, KBIZZL311, Instagram, Threads, KBIZZLE11. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. We're heading into our busy season. We're going to be pumping out crazy content this year, and you're not going to want to miss it. So go subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network. We just confirmed that the Vineland High School Football Coaches Show is back again for a 6th season. That's going to be on our YouTube channel in a big, big way, and you're not going to want to miss that if you're a Vineland High School football fan. It's going to be a blast with myself and Coach Guzman, so that's coming up very, very soon. Vineland football just 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. It's crazy. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the month. And we really need to get to 1,000 before September 4th. Otherwise, DJ's going to
Come on,
Alaska.
guys. We need DJ relatively close to the East Coast. So.
Yeah.
What are we
So
doing?
go subscribe to the YouTube and get your merch, phiapparel.co. Use code Underground for 10% off any and all orders. And, of course, this show is presented by the City of Vineland. And the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. Through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 557 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the City of Vineland. For Pitsy, I'm KB. Till Wednesday night, myself and Matt. Matt will be fresh off of the boy Dom's bachelor party. But until then, we are getting the heck up out of here. We are signing off. Peace.